was on a special assignment watching Hosea Williams for about 30 days. He was locked up in jail. And I used to sit with Hosea Williams for 8 hours a day. He would tell me a lot of things about MLK, about himself, his business, and why he do politics. And so that kind of what led me to getting involved with politics. And the last time I saw Hosea was in D.C., went to the Million Man March, and we ran across each other, and we hugged each other. And he thanked me for looking out for him during his time while he was incarcerated.
When did you say, I am going to get deeply involved in my community and get deeply involved in local politics?
I saw a need that, they had subpar facilities at the high school. And so that's when I became the Starbridge Football Booster Club president. Yes.
You fought for a lot of that stuff before you even got involved in the local politics.
Exactly.
Can you talk about that?
Out of all the high school at that time in Herman County, Starbridge had the worst facility. All I knew is that, we had to take action. And so, we organized the parents, and through my action, we ended up getting the high school a brand new stadium, brand new scoreboard.
I remember that.
Right. And, the rest is history.
And then as Henry County started growing a little bit, people like yourself started getting involved. You actually were elected as the chair of the party.
I had been involved with the party since 2008. And originally I got elected as vice chair. I served 2 years as vice chair of the party. And then I got elected as the chair of the party.
You actually had a vision for the party.
Yes.
You didn't just get elected because you wanted to use it as a stepping stool to do something else.
Right.
You got elected because you truly cared about the party, you truly cared about the community, and you wanted to make something happen for not just the party, but for the candidates.
Right. And I think a lot of people get it confused of what the mission is. The mission is to raise money, is to fundraise. And the second part, what a lot of people don't understand, once your Democratic candidate win a seat and take office, right, as a party, your job is to help them legislate, and make your community better. But
there was a lot of infighting in the county. That infighting grew over to the Democratic Party, and you were impacted by it. Your term was actually cut short. Why was it cut short? Were you aware of the backstabbing?
I think it all started with certain people was jealous of you being the first one on the board of commissioners. So everybody thought that they can get in there and get themselves elected as well. And so what we had a dysfunctional executive board, right? So when I got elected, I tried to get an audit done, but I had a treasurer that went rogue on me, and for a whole year, I never saw the books, right? And so,
as the chair, you never saw the books?
Never saw the books. Never saw the books. It was so disrespectful, right? I had it on the agenda every month.
Why wouldn't the treasurer show you the books?
To this day, I don't understand, right?
You were actually moving the county forward. Mm-hmm. You had a couple of big functions that were well attended, and then the bottom just fell out. I just didn't understand what happened, why it happened, why were certain people going behind your back, attacking you and trying to remove you?
Well, I think it was a situation where they realized that they couldn't control how I move as a chair.
You're still very much involved. Most people who stepped down from a position or was forced to step down from a position, they wouldn't show back up to a meeting. But you are at the meetings, you are relentlessly at every single meeting, and you are relentlessly involved in every single topic.
I'm a Henry County taxpayer citizen homeowner. So You know, I always just believe you got to be investing in the community that you live in.
You're the first one out holding campaign signs.
Mm-hmm.
Even the people that worked against you for their own self-interest, they even called you up to support them when they were running for office. I mean, that's like... These people have no soul, do they?
Right. It's kind of funny, you know, like you have people that's running and we may not have no conversation in months, but when it get to that time, when the phone will ring and they want to know if I hold a sign for them, and then they'll win the seat and I won't hear.
You don't hear anything.
Don't hear anything. We'll get another phone call from them.
We elected 3 years ago a black chair and majority African American board. And from that time, we have seen nothing get done for any of the citizens of Henry County. The only thing that is being pushed is an aquatic center that was approved and funded almost 7 years ago. It still hasn't been built. Nothing has happened. There are potholes everywhere in the county. Money is being allocated in areas, man, that make no sense. This county is going in the wrong direction. That's how it feels. And before I make that assumption, I want to see if you feel the same way. And do you think most citizens feel the same way?
Here's what I think. Right. We have a chair that wanted the seat real bad, ran for the seat. I never seen where you get elected, right, and you never lay out a vision for where you're trying to take the county.
What is the vision?
I never heard of vision. Never heard her plan, right? And I just think that's lack of leadership, right? She had a lot of people in the county that she could have leaned on, but she failed to do that. You know, if something she was lacking in not knowing how to move the county forward in the right way, right? And you know, she had no accomplishment in the 3 years that she's.
Yeah, there are no accomplishments, right. And there's nothing she's going to be able to accomplish before the next election. Mm-hmm. That's why you see them pushing an aquatic center that was approved long before she ever thought about running for chair.
Right.
So it's just interesting to me that nothing else has been set forth, nor the vision has been explained. We're not working on anything as a county, and everything is falling apart, and most districts are suffering, other than the southern portion of the county where they allocated all the T-Splosh dollars.
Right. I don't see a record that this particular chair has developed to run on that make the people want to run to the polls and vote again for the same leadership.
I haven't seen any leadership. I mean, the only thing I've seen is flossing.
Right.
Nothing else.
That's
flossing, backbiting, nothing else. No effort to move Henry County or the South Metro forward. It actually hurts to see this county going in the direction that it's going.
How you gonna be a politician, right? And you enter a room with your own constituents, and you don't say hello, how you doing, but you'll come back and ask for their vote. Make that make sense.
She coordinated with the local delegation to change the charter for the county that took away representation for every citizen in Henry County. It was SB 22. They tried to say it was about ethics, but it wasn't. It was about giving the chair 100% control over the county manager, 100% control over the county attorney 100% control over the clerk and gave the chair 100% control over the agenda. So guess what? Why do you need other commissioners if the chair has 100% control over all those things? You can't get anything done in your district unless the chair approves it. The county manager is not going to move forward unless the chair says, hey, we're going to do this.
Right.
So the chair has the ability to allocate money wherever she wants. But none of that money is coming to this area. It's not going to the west side. It's not going to the east side. Everything that is happening right now is going to support industrial in the southern portion of the county, which is going to hurt those people on the south side even more in terms of semi-truck traffic and the destruction of the roads and infrastructure.
Yeah, you referring to the inland port.
Yeah, they tried to deny that, and that is coming.
Right.
There was a death of one commissioner, and to make a long story short, the chair appointed 2 Republicans to the commission seat.
Right.
How are you Democrat and you appoint 2 Republicans to the Board of Commissioners, but you work to get rid of 2 Democratic commissioners? You got rid of the District 5 commissioner. You work with the delegation, which is supposed to be Democratic. You work with them to get rid of the District 5 commissioner, change that district to District 2, and say the District 5 commissioner lives outside of his district. And now you're working to get rid of the District 2 commissioner because the District 2 commissioner suffered from a stroke.
Yeah.
What kind of leadership is that for somebody that says they're a Democrat?
Yeah, it's like, it's cool if the Republican incoming gets sick, and you want to make that one a martyr.
Yeah, and look, you name things after them, you show up, you celebrate it, but you have an African American female that gets sick, and you try to throw her under the bus.
Exactly. And then you got to remember, on the Republican side, when Barham passed away, we had a special election, right? And so this quote-unquote Democratic chair on election night, you know, each party had their own little party, right, that watches the results. This Democratic chair goes to the Republican Party, gave no support to a fellow Democrat, and she goes to the Republican Party and celebrate with him and sign a card.
I saw that.
Right. And I'm like, are we serious? But you're going to come back and ask us for our vote?
2024 is coming quick. Due to the shift in demographics, the primary election in Henry County is now the general election. Only Democrats will be elected in a majority of Henry County seats. And there are some big races that are coming up just a year from now.
Big races.
The chair, 3 commission seats, the sheriff race. And there are a lot of people running for every single seat. Nobody is satisfied.
Right.
Everybody will be challenged by multiple people.
Exactly.
Nobody is satisfied where Henry County is and where Henry County is going. People are turned off, and they want to see a change.
When they had the BOC meetings, you can watch it online, right? And the comment section has been dismantled. You can't even make a comment on why the meeting is going live. You can't make a comment on the Henry County government page. You can't comment on that, right? And that's suppressing the speech of the citizens of Henry County, right? And to my understanding, you know, we got a sheriff. You can't even email the sheriff. He don't even return emails, right? But you're a public official, and you're not being accessible to the people that put you in the office.
I see a lot of people salivating for that seat. You have any thoughts on that race?
Yeah, I mean, let's look at what has happened in the county since these people have got elected, right? All the citizens have seen is tax and spend. The sheriff came out with a budget, presented to the BOC for approval, right? Then a couple of months later, come back to the same board of commissioners and ask for additional dollars. Now, you got elected by the people, and you trying to tell me, as a citizen of this county, that you can't get it right on the first try? But you know, you can go out and buy helicopters.
Well, the helicopter was like 100 years old or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But he leveraged it as if it was like a Black Hawk. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like it was almost like he got caught up in a game of 3-card Molly with Clayton County, and
Right.
How you get duped by Clayton County?
Wow. Unbelievable, man.